Hello everybody, it's 𝒂𝒊𝒂𝒍. I just want to share, and it's gonna be a really short video, a really quick technique, and I don't like the word technique, I don't want to call it that, but just my way of allowing myself to manifest something very quickly. It's kind of a combination of things I've heard, and the number one thing I want to remind all of you who want to use this is all that stuff about things have to take time, and anything about like XYZ has to take time, that has to take time. Hypothetically, if someone put a gun to your head and you had to just achieve something in some short amount of time, hypothetically you would need to be able to manifest that in much shorter time than seems logical to you. And if like this manifestation itself, and I don't like the word manifestation, but that's a story for another video, I'm just an asshole, but does manifestation itself seem logical to you? No, the whole thing is illogical. So the whole thing that we're transposing the logical concept of everything has to take a certain amount of time, that is the logical brain, the limited brain, the limited soul, the limited consciousness, eking its way into the teachings of even the best coaches. Remember that nobody decides anything the way it is but you, and it's easy to hear somebody speak well, or somebody you look up to or see as an authority on manifesting or playing piano or cooking or academics, whatever it is, and say like, if that person says it, I see them as somewhat of an authority or some degree of expert on that which it is I am trying to become proficient and very good at as well. That we have this logical fallacy in science and psychology where we will take that as gospel. It's like, well, this guy over here said that this can't be done and he's really good at skydiving, so that means that I will never be able to play the harmonica while skydiving because he said it's either so hard that it's nearly impossible or it simply can't be done. And it's that same kind of thing. If you really need something, you can get it. So what I do to get things in a short amount of time is I just keep asking why I got, like, you don't say someone just ran up to you, put $1 million in your hands, and ran back down the street. Are you gonna believe that happened? You're gonna be like, how the fuck did that just happen? Why do I have this money? Did I steal it? Do I get to keep it? A day goes by and no one comes, no police, no thing on the news or in your town about missing money that was stolen, nothing. Turns out it was a gift, and the guy was just crazy and had too much money. Felt like going for a run at the back of me. That being said, how the fuck did that happen? How did I get this? Eventually you're gonna get the answer of why you got that money. But not everything that happens to you in life, or to anybody, is something you believe. You just be like, how did this happen? This is insane. I didn't believe this at all. This seems so hard to me. How to get this 1 in a million circumstance? How did I manifest being the best cannibal? Why was it? I was just trying to think of like an adjective or activity that people do that's terrifying. That being said, how did I manifest this best friend so fucking quickly? I just affirmed this once while I was eating cereal this morning. How did I get here so quickly? Just a matter of inundating your brain. You don't have to repeat a sentence like feeling fake, but it's like, how the fuck did that happen? How did I legit get this? It's in my hand. And it's like that real feeling of like bewilderment when you get something. And the second one, and the why one really is the best. It's never failed for me. Try it yourself. Just keep that in your mind. Don't really, just decide that if you do even feel doubtful for 24 hours straight and you compulsively worry that that's not going to fuck it up and you still have it, no matter how bad or worrisome you feel, the worries aren't real. Pretend the worries are a delusion. Once again, it never has failed for me. If it had ever, I would feel uncomfortable giving this to you guys as advice. The second one, and I do not suggest this method if you have not worked on fear. I'm in my 20s. I don't know if I believe in all that spiritual awakening stuff. I have no thing against anybody who does. But if you haven't worked on fear, been through experiences where you have to work through fear and work through it a lot in the manifestation sense, don't do this if you still are scared of curses or scared of believe in demons, anything like that. Just anything where you're very fearful and you think you can manifest something bad, or you're afraid of bad affirmations and subliminals. I would encourage you to not use this method, but it's where you bet your life on it. So you're like, hey body, hey all my cells, every cell in my bones, my brain, my soul, my, like whatever the fuck, toenail. You can, and once again, you can't get this. It's just a reminder that you have it, because they're like, oh, so I did manifest this, because your body's not going to allow you, unless you have some belief you can make yourself ill or sick or endangered. Which, if you don't, you should work on that, but you should really just believe that you are immune to all things bad. It's worked for me. It sounds insane. It took me a long time to believe this stuff. I thought it was complete bullshit and dangerous as fuck and just weird, but this is how far I've come, and it wasn't that hard at all. But it's just like, hey, I'm betting my life on this. I got this XYZ manifestation that I really, really needed within 2 hours, and proved it within 2 hours to myself, and that is why I don't want to name a disease because that could be triggering, but I bet my life on it. And if I didn't get this, I would be dead right now, because I just bet my life. And you just keep reminding yourself that your body was essentially going to self-destruct, have some kind of medical emergency that will cause you to die. Because you're alive, you got your manifestation in the illogical amount of time. You don't have to believe it. That being said, do not use that if you still have fear. That one has not failed either. Once again, I would never give advice that I thought was shaky or hadn't worked 100% scientifically for me. It's fine to use the word scientifically because there's no way to really prove this stuff, but I feel confident saying that. So yeah, work on that fear, whether or not you want to use that method, and why bewilderment is just that method of like, how the fuck did I get this fast? Just a method of making sure that you are saturating your subconscious. Yeah, so work on the fear, and you can get anything you want in the amount of time that you desire. Remember, you can't mess anything up. Just tell yourself that you can't mess anything up. Yeah, I love you everybody, and goodbye.